The Scent of Frangipani by Anjana Chaudhuri. This is published by Dollar Bird and it is mainly set in 1930s Singapore. And so you get a real sense of place with this novel, you know, the sights, the sounds and smells of the era. And also the author decides to set the story in context by giving a backdrop of real historical events. So from the Great Depression through to the Japanese invasion of the island. The story pretty much opens with Clementine, who is living with his father. Her mother has died. Her father is actually going to get remarried. They don't get on, the two women. So she is sent off to stay with her aunt in the colony. You know, she's quite a young teenager and she has to make a life there. And she's a very determined sort of young woman, but not nicely determined. You know, she has a very stark streak and she's pretty unpleasant, let's be honest about it. And the author doesn't really mince her words when she describes you know, the venal personality of this young woman. There is also Mei Mei, who is sold into servitude after being promised quite a good education with relatives, but it all goes terribly pear-shaped. She is accused of her aunt's murder and it wasn't her, we know that. And Richard, who is the son of a rubber plantation owner, actually manages to get her off the hook. So we have two women who are vying for the attention of Richard. Richard loses his heart to Mei Mei. He can't be bothered with Clementine because presumably he can see that she has got her teeth into him and he's not interested. So Mei Mei needs to keep her virtue because of cultural issues, and also it's not done that a native and a colonial person will actually get married, so there's an awful lot of societal pressure for them not to have a relationship. How does it all pan out? You need to read the book. I think the book is quite easy to read. There are quite a lot of repetitive descriptions of the island, but you know, it certainly evokes that feel for colonial Singapore. I think if I saw this cover, it would not be a cover that appeals to me. Now, Richard is an artist, and this presumably is a portrait of Mei Mei because that is part of the story. But I think, you know, you really can't make out what the title is very easily, and it's a little bit of a cheesy cover. So for me, this is a cover that truly would not work. But I think, you know, if you're looking to read something set in 1930s Singapore, you know, where Raffles is big, I think this would be one that would appeal to you.